Garrett, a 4-0 victory against Portadown here at Inver Park. You must be a happy man.
Yeah, very happy, very happy. I think we showed real intent from the first whistle. A real dominant display again in the first half, and probably the only criticism I could have of them that the game wasn't probably over by half time, and such was the dominance and such was the performance. But a really exciting performance and really enjoyable one to watch.
What's the first goal went in? Seemed to really maybe relax us or give us the impetus to go on and do what we did. And as you said, it could well have been 3-0 at half time with that chance with Benji McGee.
Yeah, and again, we talk about playing at our tempo and setting the tone of a game, and I think that's what they've done really well. We had real good levels of control through Mark and Cricky. I thought they were superb in the middle of the park. We were dominant in our back line. We defended properly, like we did with Big Reds and Mark and Ryan. I thought they'd done superbly well, and obviously Tomas and Shawnee joining in attacks, and that they're superbly. So yeah, I felt we had real good control. We had real lively movement up front. The boys were everywhere. And they caused them all sorts of problems.
Yeah, I thought the likes of Benji McGee and James Simpson, as you say, were really lively, created a lot of problems, and give us maybe that sort of freshness that we were looking for.
There was a wee spell where the wee interchanges and the wee combinations were really, really good to see. It's something we've worked really, really hard on. James obviously slotted in, he plays like a veteran, doesn't he? He plays like he's been in the game a lot longer than what he has, but he's got some wee touches of class, and him and Shawnee are ducktailing really well together. Was that the expression? Maybe, I'm not sure. But they're doing really, really well down that left-hand side and really exciting. But yeah, it was really, really pleasing performance. Like I said, the only thing was that we didn't put the game to bed before half time, but we did shortly after the half with the penalty. And again, we worked really, really well to get into the positions, get into the boxes. We put numbers forward and we asked questions of them, and ultimately we came up with the goals.
2 penalties within the space of 6 minutes really did put it to bed, but we continue to show hunger. Kobe Moore hit the post. Oisin Devlin had a good chance later on as well, so I'm sure you're pleased to see that the players push as hard as they did right to the final whistle.
No, and we've said this, I think we got a lot of injuries at the minute. There's no two ways about it. We have 10 boys standing watching games, and they're absolutely fantastic footballers to a man. Any one of them could probably walk into most teams across the Irish League. But I said to the boys now that while you have the shirt in your back, make a really strong claim out there to keep it. Make sure that you don't make it easy for anybody to come in and take it back off you. And they all want to play. They're all working so hard in training. They're really, really professional group. It would have been easy to sort of see this week as a bit of a distraction. With 2 games and 3 days, and obviously what happened with Nathan. So it could easy in that different take your eye off the ball and sort of go through the motions a little bit at times. But they didn't do that. They're professional to a man. We've got real strong leaders in Tomas and Mark and Cricky. We've got good experience in Rowe and all the senior boys out there who contribute so much, Leroy and Paul and people like that off the pitch. We've got really, really strong spine of a club here. So we have, and we've got to lean on that, and we've got to use that and make sure that we use it all collectively to move forward.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, we've talked about the likes of Benji McGee and James Simpson, younger players tonight who did so well, but Mark Randall's named man of the match, gets 2 goals. You need players like that to lead by example on and off the pitch, don't you, especially during spells like this?
See, when you talk about class acts not there, Mark Randall's a class act. Not only does he score an unbelievable set piece, which Alan Manis works on, by the way, I can't take the credit for that. Alan, brilliant job, so he did. It was really, really pleasing to see Mark getting the end of it. He scores a second one with a penalty, but he shows his class by handing the third one to Tiernan, the second penalty, sorry. And it would have been easy for him to go, I'm hitting it because I want a hat-trick, but he's all about the team, he's all about the club, and he's been a stalwart for us since he's been here, and he continues to be that, so it was a bit of class, recognising that young Tiernan wants goals and he wants to prove himself, and he give him the opportunity.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, I think it was at least 9 senior players out tonight, and players who would really be pushing hard to start the game. I think the oldest player on the bench was 22 years of age as well, so we shouldn't underestimate how many players are missing, but how much everybody's contributing right across the club and right across the squad.
Well, it's funny because we've had the seasons we probably won the leagues now that we probably didn't chop and change that much, and we probably didn't really dip into the squad, and sometimes you get lucky like that where your best 11 players just stay fit, and if they keep winning that, you don't really change a winning team. But this year we've had to be forced to, and sometimes that allows you to uncover some gems, and would James Simpson get his opportunity quite as quick in that there if it wasn't for the case? Maybe not. Do we explored a different position for James, and he looks like he's played there his whole career. He's been used to playing left back and or centre half when he's in youth football, but now he's moved into the number 10 on the left hand side and it looks absolutely electric, you know, in that position. Benji McGee is running power and his legs not there. He'll be disappointed he hasn't come away with a goal tonight, you know, especially when he breaks through. But the change of direction, though, I didn't see him going that way. Like, he just dropped with the shoulder, and that's what he's got about him. He's got that a bit of excitement, that wee bit of star quality, and that'll come out and the goals will come for him.
3 games, I think, in the last 9 days. One of them was in the middle of the Atlantic. You'll be glad to have a full week to work with the players ahead of Ballymena coming here next week.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, you know, we pay everybody the utmost respect, and that then we prepare for every game exactly the same way. You know, I mean, our boys work incredibly hard. They've had to travel, like you say, to the middle of the Atlantic and back again, and you know, and against really, really top level of opposition, Santa Clara, where you probably need a couple extra days to recover from. You know what I mean? So our boys don't get it easy, contrary to much popular belief, and that we don't get it easy. You know, the boys working very hard now to remain in full-time football. Our club works very, very hard to provide the boys with the opportunity to be in a full-time position. So it is. So listen, I'm really, really proud of the lads here tonight. I'm really proud of everybody, and we keep grinding.
And just finally, you may or may not be the person to answer this question, but around 10 days of the window left, do you foresee ins or outs, or what can fans expect before the window does close?
If we do or we don't, like, I mean, Ian, I kind of, these guys are going to make it very, very difficult not for anybody to go out. You know what I mean? If they keep on putting that level of performance and everybody gets opportunities to contribute, you know, we'll be more. Do we need anybody more coming in? Because we've got 10 boys now there, like, who are all looking to come back in off injuries and suspensions, and they'll all be fresh and raring to go. So I'm more excited about the ones that we're going to get back, because, and truth be told, can I go out and get another Andy Ryan, another Leroy Miller? Can I go out and get another Paul O'Neill, a Conor McKendry, a Jordy Maganoff? No, I probably can't. Do you know what I mean? Just to name but a few, like, do you know what I mean, of the boys that we're currently missing. You know, so yeah, I can't replace them boys with better. Do you know what I mean? They're as good as what there is to come back in. So with them coming back into the fold, especially with the suspensions, Dan Benton comes back in now for the Ballymena game, having served his 1 game ban. So all them boys now give me options now, and these guys here tonight made it very, very difficult for us to pick a team against Ballymena if they want me to pick that team.
Mark, 4-0 win over Portadown. You must be delighted with tonight's performance.
Yeah, definitely. Good win, 3 points, clean sheet. That's all we can ask for.
Personally, 2 goals for yourself. You must be delighted for your own contribution.
Yeah. Always good to get on the score sheet. More important for the 3 points. Everyone put in a huge effort tonight. It's 1 win, first win of the season. Now we've got to keep it going.
Your first goal obviously comes from the corner routine. Tried it a few times, didn't really come off, but was that one you've practiced quite a lot?
Alan comes up with some really good set pieces, and it was on. We recognised it was on, so we went for it again, and luckily it come off.
I think we had maybe 9 players missing for injury or suspension. That showed maybe the depth in the squad and maybe more to come.
Yeah, look, we're going to be really, really strong when the boys come back. There's going to be loads of places up for grabs, lots of competition, and I think that's what we need. We need all the boys fit, and we need competition for places.
Obviously, first home win of the season. How important is our home form going to be to be where we want to be at the end of the season?
Yeah, we need to get back to making this place a really tough place to come, and hopefully we can do that. Like I said, good win tonight, 4 goals, clean sheet. Hopefully we can make this place a tough place to come.
Lastly, Ballymena up next. Obviously a big derby game. What do you expect from that game?
Look, we just finished this game here, so we're going to enjoy the weekend off. We've had a long few weeks. Switch off for the weekend, not even think about the game. Get back in on Monday, and then that's when we go to work.
Brilliant, thank you.